She was psychotic with a capital P-S.
But she went to church.
But she went to church after a weekend of hard partying. Guys, come on. I told him, I said, Vernon, I said, man, I said, you can't judge that by that. Buddy of mine was going to leave his wife to marry another woman that had left her first husband to marry her second husband because he made more money. She left her second husband to marry her third husband because he made more money, and now she's marrying this dude. I said, do you not see a problem here, Mickey? And Mickey said, man, he said, that's the most important thing. He said, I prayed about it. He says, I feel good about it. I said, you prayed about this thing. Bless your heart. Which is Southern for you're stupid.
That's right.
Because just because you feel good about it in your heart does not mean that you are not at that place where God says, hey, you're going to be stupid. Just continue down the road of stupid. I'm just going to let you go for a while. But you make your own decisions. Because, see, we've not learned whenever we kind of feel that little emptiness inside and says, wait a second, this is me wanting this to happen. This is not God. Does that make sense? We got to learn. Why that's important, and I'm going to close with this. The Bible says that He, in the end times, will basically shut time down sooner, lest the very elect be fooled. The Antichrist will come with lying signs and wonders. If we cannot discern whether this hoochie mama or stud is the love of our life, or whether this door that God has miraculously opened, or this opportunity that has opened is going to be, oh my gosh, I got a chance and this is my perfect chance. Well, what is it? Well, I just got to take this package right here to set, to this location. All I got to do, I'm going to get $10,000 for that. Don't you think you need to look in and make sure what it's doing? What you're carrying. Know these things because you're taking risk.
An Arabian prince emailed you saying let's marry you.
So the thing is that, guys, if we cannot discern that, we cannot discern when God shuts a door or opens a door or moves this thing in our life or moves that, how in the world are we going to Zeke, how are we going to discern when you're in church or you see somebody and you start seeing these miracle signs and wonders happening? That's got to be of God. Yet you couldn't even discern that. He said, pity upon you. Because basically he says, you can see the signs of the times. You can tell by the signs of the stars when it's going to rain, when it's not going to rain. But you cannot discern my will. Does that make sense? So it tells us what we've got to study. It's God's will. We've got to start understanding, because if we can't start developing this discernment now, when it's needed, but when it's really needed, AJ, when are we going to? What's it they'll saying? It says, I was reading this last night. It said, if you do not prepare for a thing, when are you going to prepare for a thing when you need it?
Like the old saying, you'd rather need it and not have it, or you'd rather have it and not need it than need it and not have
Right. And it's just like when you borrow something. If you borrow something very expensive because you can't afford it and it breaks down, how are you going to fix it?
You're not going to pray it fixed.
You dang sure ain't. God didn't break it. So, that being said, apparently God needed us to understand and start developing discernment. So I would look into discernment. I would look into this because this is the thing that we need to start understanding, because we need to understand the traps that are in front of us. The anticipation of the trap is the first step in avoiding it. So that being said, some dismisses.
Father, we thank you for being here with us today. Not every day. We just thank you for filling this church with your spirit and bringing your word to us. Father, may we our tools and our weapons to help protect us.